All right, everybody, today is our next day of learning about poetry elements. We've learned about a lot of elements so far, so I know it's going to be hard to remember for some people, but this is really just to get yourself familiar with it, and then when you learn about poems in another grade, you'll be able to say, oh yeah, I remember learning about that. So, the ones that we are going over today are simile, stanza, and theme. So in a simile, it is a comparison of two unlike things using like or as. So for an example, she was as pale as a lump of sugar. So we're using that as, and we're comparing two unlike things. So it's really describing how pale she was and kind of using it as an exaggeration, very descriptive. It's very exciting. It's not just pretty boring like she was as pale as the color white. So they're really spicing it up. For the stanza's pretty easy. A division in a poem named for the number of lines it contains. So really you're going to think of a stanza as a poetry paragraph. So I'm going to read that first stanza and then the second stanza. Be not the first by whom the new are tried, nor yet the last to lay the old aside. So that was the first stanza, that first little paragraph. And the second stanza, be thou the first true merit to befriend, his praise is lost, who stays till all commend. And that is the second stanza. So you might say to yourself, well, Miss Maxella, that doesn't really look like a paragraph to me. In a poem, it's going to look a little bit different than our normal stories and our normal paragraph that we would see in our stories. The next poetry element that we are going to look at is theme. So for theme is the message about life in the poem. So just like stories that we would read, chapter books, picture books, there's always a theme. After you read it, you want to say, what were they really trying to tell me? So an example for theme would be the poor man dressed in riches. So this poor man is walking around in really fancy clothes, and the message or the theme behind that would be appearances can be deceiving. Looks can be deceiving. So we're going to take a look at stanza. So stanza is another part of the rhyme scheme in a poem. I'm going to read the first one. You guys are more than welcome to pause the screen and read the rest of it. I thought I would clone myself so I could just be carefree. No more chores and homework. It would make me so happy. So as you can see that rhyme scheme there, the two B's, carefree and happy, those ones rhyme. The A and the C do not. So it's numbered here. Each stanza is numbered for you. So you can see that this poem has 7 stanzas. So go ahead and pause if you would like to read the rest of this poem, and I encourage you to do that. Next, we're taking a look at simile. So simile is my favorite, and this one is called Precious Stones. So remember, a simile is two unlike things. We're comparing two unlike things using like or as. So look at where they're comparing using as in this poem. And I hope that once we're done reading it, you can identify where those were. A diamond is a sparkling stone, an emerald green like a pea. A ruby is as red as blood, turquoise resembles the sea. A pearl is round and glistening, a topaz orange like fire. A sapphire is as blue as the sky. Precious stones I so admire. So there's actually a lot of imagery in here too. If you remember that, imagery is that real detailed description. And I do see actually a line that has a little bit of alliteration. And our last example is our theme or our mood of our poem. So we're going to read this and I will let you know what the theme was. Dreams is the title. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, Life is a barren field, frozen with snow. And that is by Langston Hughes. He's a very famous author. So the theme is never give up. Don't give up on your dreams. It's really important. It's like comprehension when we think about the theme of the story, because we're really thinking about what was that author trying to tell us. Okay, you guys, so just like the past 2 days, we have our examples that we want you guys to show us that you know what a simile is, what a stanza is, and what the theme is. So you're just picking an example, create your own here, and just one sentence would be great, and show us that you know what each of these elements are. If you have to look back in this video, go ahead if that will help you, give you some ideas. Remember, you guys, try to complete everything before you turn it in. If you have questions, please let us know. We are here to help. Just please don't send it in blank. If you have a question, message me on Seesaw or somewhere, send me a video, say you don't understand it, and we will figure it out.